Hey, what's up, you guys? It's Caboose bringing you another Mortal Kombat 11 video, and today what we're going to be talking about is my overall hands-on impressions with MK11. I got plenty of time to try out this game at the reveal event, and today I want to be bringing you guys my thoughts on everything that I was able to play and everything that I was able to experience. Now, before we get into everything, I wanted to ask you guys, of course, if you could leave a like rating on the video as it shows your support, and I would really appreciate it. So if you could leave a like, that would be awesome. And I also wanted to say thank you guys for all the support that you've been showing on the channel lately. I thank you so much that you've been enjoying the Mortal Kombat 11 coverage, and I hope you look forward to more MK11 coverage in these months to come leading up to the release of the game. We're definitely going to do some things similar that I did with Injustice 2, so look forward to that. With that said, let's jump in. Let's talk about Mortal Kombat 11 and my thoughts on the game, my hands-on impressions of the game. I want to start off with the things that I liked. First of all, the game looks amazing. The lighting, the stages, the customization, I love it. The animations, honestly, everything from a performance standpoint is great, and it's firing on all cylinders. The game just looks phenomenal. The lighting on these stages is just fantastic. And yeah, from a graphics standpoint, they're really pushing the power of the next-gen consoles this time. So I'm very excited to see, especially with the story mode, how good this game is going to look. Because from what the limited amount that I've seen at the reveal event, I was blown away. Another thing that I liked is the crushing blows and the fatal blows. Now, crushing blows, to explain them a little bit, are basically what X-rays were in the previous Mortal Kombat games, but this time implemented into your actual fight. So you'll be in the middle of your fight, and let's say you perform like a down 2, there is a specific way that you can get a crushing blow variation of your uppercut. I don't exactly know how it is. Some experts out there might, but there are many different ways in your character's moveset that you can perform a crushing blow variation of a specific move. And when you perform the crushing blow, you'll see, like, first of all, it zooms in and it gives you kind of like an X-ray where you see your opponent's like bones breaking in some sort of way. And it also does a ton of more damage. Now, I hope that damage output is toned down a little bit, because in some cases it's a lot of damage. But it is still really cool, and I like that it implements this extra ability of strategy in the middle of your fight. You're not just out there trying to perform any combo possible, you're also trying to see if you can fit in a crushing blow with your combo. And then we have fatal blows, which is this game's version of the X-ray or the super moves, whatever you want to call it. The only catch here is that you're not spending any meter to perform a fatal blow. You can only perform a fatal blow if you are at about 30-35% health left on your health bar. You'll see once you reach that point that the word fatal blow appears below your health bar, and that's when you know that you can perform one by just hitting both triggers down at the same time. Of course, it's not an unblockable move. It works exactly like an X-ray or a super move would. You just have to land it, and then your character will perform this awesome sort of special move against the person that you're facing off against. And there's a lot of blood involved, and it's super gory, and it's awesome. But again, all the same with the crushing blows, this does quite a bit of damage. So I hope those things are toned down just a little bit, because you want your damage output to mainly be relied on the combos that you perform in a match. And I mean, no Mortal Kombat game is without its fatalities, and they are as gory as they've ever been in Mortal Kombat 11, and it is awesome. I love it. Baraka's fatality is one of the goriest, probably one of the best fatalities I've seen in the Mortal Kombat franchise. I remember when they first showed it to us during the gameplay reveal, I was sitting there, you know, with Uncaged, J-Roar Dynasty, we're all sitting together, and we were losing our minds. It was brutal, but honestly, I love the fatalities in MK11. They really stepped it up this time, and why not? I mean, come on, let's go all out with this, you know? Like, this is the game, this is the franchise that invented the ESRB system, so it's gotta be Mortal Kombat that takes it that extra mile with the gore and the violence. And then we have the Towers of Time mode, which seems cool. You know, I'm not going crazy over it, but I don't hate it either. It's a bit of a mixture between the Living Towers in MKX and the multiverse from Injustice 2. So yeah, it's pretty cool. You know, we're probably going to go here to get some gear or some skins, although the crypt is supposedly going to be in MK11 as well, so maybe that's where we'll go. Either way, it's additional single-player content for MK11, so I'm not complaining too much about it. Now, moving on, let's talk about some of the things that I don't like and some of the things that was sort of caught off guard by with Mortal Kombat 11. And hopefully this can be seen as like constructive criticism. You know, we still got a couple of months to go until the game releases, and I would love if NetherRealm are taking feedback here, because one of the biggest things, and this is a complaint I've seen from pretty much everyone, and that is that meter burning is completely its own input now, and it is drastically different from what we got all the way back from MK9 through Injustice to now. It is very, very different. So if you played, you know, MK9, Injustice Gods Among Us, MKX, or Injustice 2, you'll know every time you input a special move, all you have to do to meter burn it or upgrade it is just hit the right trigger. That is no longer the case in Mortal Kombat 11. Now, you've got to do a separate input to get that meter burn version of a special move out. And sometimes it could be so much as like a different direction and like triangle, you know, it'll be completely weird out there inputs to upgrade your special move. And honestly, I don't know why exactly this is in MK11. Like, I'm struggling to find a reason to justify why a change like this could be made, and honestly, there really is none. And you know what? Maybe there are some competitive players out there who appreciate this change and like it the way that it is. So if that is the case, at least give us the option, you know, at least give us the chance to choose between either the brand new way to meter burn moves or the classic traditional way. You know, for someone like me who's a bit of a casual, who just enjoys playing the games and I'm not very good, let me have the chance to just play this game the way that Mortal Kombat has always been, where right trigger is the way to upgrade or meter burn a move, because honestly, it's going to be incredibly difficult to be able to memorize multiple characters if it's going to stay this way, because you not only have to memorize that character's move set, but you also got to memorize their entire inputs for special moves. And then when you want to jump to a second character, you got to get the muscle memory out of your head on both the move set of the previous character and the inputs on their specials. So it's going to make it super difficult for people to memorize multiple characters in this game. And that is something that I definitely want to do, especially if I'm going to bring back the online series. I want to know how to play multiple characters for you guys, so you aren't bored just watching me play the same character over and over and over again. Another big change in MK11 that was a big feature in previous Mortal Kombat games, you know, MK9 and MKX, is that there is no longer the ability to do a neutral jump pop-up. So for those who played MK9 and MKX, you'll know that there was always this ability where if you stood in place and you jumped and you hit Y or triangle, depending on what console you're on, and you hit your opponent, they would bounce off the ground and up into the air. This would allow you to extend your combo. Even sometimes if you landed a special move that stuns your opponent, you can do that bounce and it would do quite a bit of damage, and you'd get a healthy combo out of that pop-up. That is no longer a thing in MK11. You cannot do a neutral jump pop-up anymore. And honestly, I'm not hating on this change. This is one that I can let slide a little bit more. You know, a lot of changes have been made to the way meter works and everything like that. And of course, we have those fatal blows. So getting a neutral jump pop-up pretty much guarantees you a combo into super. So I can understand a change like this being made. I'm not too upset about it like I am about the meter burn, but it is definitely something that needs some adjusting to. But when I get my hands on the game come April 23rd, this will be something I can very easily adjust to, as opposed to the whole meter burn situation. And I know it sounds like I'm hating on the game, but truthfully, I am not. Honestly, I loved a majority of the time that I had with MK11. I had a blast with the majority of that time that I had with this game. You know, I played against Uncaged Games, Comic Historian, and I played even against Dynasty, and we had a blast playing against each other. We had a lot of fun with the game. It's just, if I sit down and I look at this objectively, you know, no bias, there are some things that I want to be adjusted, because there's some changes that were implemented that I don't think necessarily had to be implemented. So overall, I like the game. I had a lot of fun with it. I just hope come April 23rd, some feedback is taken in from NetherRealm and we have some changes implemented so that it's a little less different than it is right now from MK9 and MKX. And then the last thing that I don't really like, or something again that caught me off guard, is the fact that there's no more breaker in MK11, and I'm not really sure how to feel about this. Since MK9 and of course with MKX, you always had the ability where if you had 2 bars of meter and somebody started to perform a combo on you, you can spend those 2 bars of meter to do a combo breaker. And what this would do would just stop their combo immediately and push them off of you. It wouldn't do any damage to them, but it would just prevent them from continuing to hit you and continuing to do damage. And I love this, especially, you for those neck and neck matches. You both got a round on each other, one more round to win the match. You're both super close to winning it, not a lot of health left on both sides. He starts to get a couple hits in, and you're not done yet. You can spend those 2 bars of meter, get the combo breaker in there, and you still have a fighting chance. That is no longer a thing in MK11. So now if you're at like 30% health, as long as your opponent converts off a hit, you're done for. And I think that that is super unfortunate, and I'm really hoping that there is a change implemented here and they add back in the combo breaker that we've seen from MK9 and MKX, because it was really good. And honestly, all you got to do this time around is just use it with the newly implemented defensive and offensive meter. Just have it spend 2 defensive meter when you do a combo breaker, and then it takes a while to charge up. That way you know, I got to use this wisely. But that's it. That's the video that I got for you guys today. I hope you enjoyed it. And now I kick it to you guys. Based on what you've seen, what do you guys think of Mortal Kombat 11? Let me know your thoughts in the comments section below. I'm Caboose. And once again, if you could leave a like rating on the video, it shows your support, and I'd really appreciate it. And you can click on screen to make your way to one of the other videos on the channel, or you can click my logo to subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Please follow me on Instagram and Twitter, and like me on Facebook. Those links are in the description. Drop a like if you enjoyed, leave a comment if you have an opinion, and subscribe if you're new. See you guys later.